It's been weeks since Nancy Guthrie has vanished. The investigation is hitting a brick wall. The FBI is silent. In fact, the FBI is removing back their agents to Phoenix, and the sheriff office is chasing ghosts. And the public is left with more questions than answers. But what if why they can't find the kidnapper is because they are looking at two crimes and they are treating them as one? Tonight we are looking at a theory that changes everything: the coincidental robbery. The Prowler versus the Kidnapper. Look closely at the man caught on camera that night. The authorities are calling him the prime suspect in the kidnapping, but look at his movements. He isn't acting as a professional extraction team. He is hesitant. He is checking perimeter points. He looks like a local thief looking for an easy score, a house to rob. Let's go back to the point when this guy makes the first dry run, when he tried to scoop out the Miss Guthrie's home. So here he is here, supposedly doing a dry run surveillance in Miss Guthrie's home, but from all indications, he seems like he's not a good visual learner because he forgot where the camera was or didn't even see this camera. So my theory is that he didn't do a dry run at all. He was just checking around and see which place was an easy target. The first picture or the video, you see that he didn't have his backpack. And then on the second picture or video, then you see he has the backpack on. So it seems like he was in two minds. He was gonna go for it, and then he wasn't gonna go for it. And then he decided, what the heck? And then he went for it. Then how you know that he didn't surveil the place before? Because if he did, he would know that that camera was right there. The one that he tried to cover with the shrubs. So if he was all that guy who is going to kidnap someone for $6 million and he didn't did his surveillance and pinpoint where the cameras are, so he got to make a boo-boo when he found out that there was a camera looking at him. Then he tried to cover it up with something, just anything that he could grab. So either this guy isn't a good visual learner, or then he would have to have a camera to record where the cameras were when he tried to make a dry run before he actually carried out the kidnapping. So my theory is that this guy did not do a dry run. And if a dry run was done, it wasn't this guy, because this guy either he has short memory or something. It seems like it was the first time he came on this property. But here is where it gets bizarre. What if when this guy stepped through the door, he wasn't the only predator in the house? The blood on the patio. We know that there were blood found on the patio thanks to leaked forensics, that the blood doesn't belongs to Miss Guthrie. If this was a clean kidnapping, then why the blood? Our Prowler entered the house and ran head-on with a professional criminal already holding Miss Nancy Guthrie. A struggle is inevitable. That blood, it is the blood of a thief who realized that he picked the wrong house on the wrong night.
Frantic search for Nancy Guthrie has investigators forced to wait for clues as they comb through tens of thousands of leads at this point. Sources telling News Nation about unnecessary delays for the FBI, trying to track DNA from a glove that they say matches the one worn by their suspect. Investigators are also now working local businesses for any clues that leads them to the missing 84-year-old. News Nation national correspondent Jess Cartalia is live for us in Tucson.
Then there is the six-glove mystery. We heard stories that there were multiple gloves, could be 6 gloves that were discarded. Think about the logistics. A kidnapper wants to leave 0 trace, but 6 gloves discarded with DNA. Evidence that reeks panic. So with the gloves situation, I'm gonna point out 3 theories. Theory A, the kidnapper was trying to wear double glove and tore them in a struggle. Theory B, the more likely one, between the Prowler and the kidnapper. You have multiple hands in play, a frantic struggle and a desperate attempt to ditch evidence while fleeing the scene. You don't throw away 6 gloves unless thing went sideways. Fast. The FBI is looking for a master plan. They should be looking for a mess. The sheriff department is looking for one man. But the evidence, the non-matching blood, the chaotic surveillance, and the discarded DNA suggest a much violent coincidental collision. Is Nancy Guthrie the victim of a planned hit? Did she disappear in the crossfire of a robbery gone wrong? Till the FBI acknowledge the coincidental robbery theory, Nancy remains lost in the static. Theory C, why the suspects or suspect were ditching gloves, that everyone could find a pair of gloves in that neighborhood. Well, my running theory is that whoever carried out this kidnapping must have known something about blood-borne pathogen, because they are ditching the glove not only because they are worried about DNA or giving away DNA, but the suspect may be in the line of work or his occupation, that he knows something about blood-borne pathogen, or he had some training from OSHA, because how would he just be tossing out gloves around every corner? That wouldn't be wise. So is that a clue for the FBI or the sheriff? What do you think? Does the 2 criminal theory explain the blood on the patio? Let us know in the comments.